Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome to Rusty Rides Gravel, and welcome to another chilly Tweedsmuir. Today I am doing an extension of the Silver Jubilee ride that I did the other month. This one goes up Broadlaw and round a valley nearby, and I didn't have time to do it last time, so I wanted to tag it on now. So here we are. Also, maybe we should address the old trek-shaped elephant in the room, shall we? So my last ride I did was the Orin Dam Loop, which you should have seen by now, and as well as trashing the drone and the GoPro, I thought I'd better take my bike in, the old Arcadex, in for a bit of a service. Has been a while, so I took it in and it was looking alright. I'd smashed up the bearings again in the wheels, and there was a headset bearing that needed replacing. So I took the headset bearing off and discovered that there's like something had got in and has worn away the carbon fibre in a very, very perfect shape on the headset. So we're awaiting photographs to be sent to Bianchi to see what to do about that. But while I was there, I accidentally bought a bike. So this is a Trek Fuel EX8 aluminium frame, unassisted, non-e-bike. You may remember that I was bemoaning the fact I couldn't afford an e-bike anymore, but I didn't want to delay my plans, so I've got an unassisted bike. And I've also bought a mountain bike lid, because apparently it's illegal and against the fashion police law to wear a road bike helm on a mountain bike. So I've done that. We'll probably talk more about this as we get further along. Also, let me know in the comments if you would ride a bike with carbon on it that's been damaged. I've opted to keep going on it for now on my Bianchi, but let me know what you think, if that's a good idea or not. This ride is the extension I'd planned for the Silver Jubilee gravel road I have recently featured on the channel. We will set off out of Tweedsmuir and follow the tracks along the southern side of the River Tweed before heading up Glenhurie Rig to the 840 metre summit of Broadlaw. Then it's a 180 and back down the track I just climbed up and northwards towards the gravel loop around Birkside Law and Hunt Law and along Stanhope. The route is then completed by heading back south to Tweedsmuir after about 36 kilometres and 1,000 metres of climbing. So it's actually quite cloudy, a little bit drizzly, so I might reverse the loop and do Broadlaw at the end. Or I might do it at the start, we'll see how we go. Anyway, let's get on the bike, let's get warm, and let's have a go on this new beast. Right, I've just ridden up a little bit of a hill up this little valley so I can get Frank in the air for some shots along here, I think. First thoughts on the bike, it's like riding on a cushion of air. So smooth, but also very slow. Like there's a lot of effort to go not very fast. But I guess that's the trade-off, isn't it? It's super comfy, but yeah, immediately notice how slow I am on it. Anyway, Frank, let's see if he's gonna fly. He had 5 broken rotor blades from the last crash and his arm was dislocated, so I fixed that back on, fixed the blades. The only thing that's missing is the lens cap for the lens on the gimbal, so hopefully that'll still be alright without it. That's got a few more days before it arrives. Alright then, little Frank, let's see what you can do. Okay, decision time. got to go up there, up that hill, but it keeps clouding over and spitting with rain. So the decision is it going to change by the time I've done the other bit of the loop so I can go up there at the end? Or should I just get it done, get up there, hope for the best, and then carry on? I just don't know. It looks like it's going to stay cloudy all day around here, to be honest. So I might just go up now. Look at that climb, let's go. So we're about 1k into this, I think 4k climb, and the gradient that I was worried about is here, definitely. I appreciate the granny gears on this thing, absolutely brilliant. The track actually is really good quality, it looks like it's been recently relayed. So I'd have had no trouble on the Architects on this from a terrain point of view, but I think from a gradient point of view, I would have been struggling a bit more. Also, I understand that a mountain bike doesn't like you standing up in the pedals to climb, which is what I quite like to do. So I'm trying to sit down for longer. It's a bit hard. Usually I like to stand up and sort of stomp the pedals, mash it out a bit, but apparently that doesn't like it on this thing. So much to learn or relearn. But we'll keep going. It started snowing a little bit of sleet, a little bit of snow. Not too bad so far. Just this gradient. Should have saved for the e-bike. I'm regretting my life choices. Oh, this hill. Stopping for another breather. I'm getting flashbacks to the Burma Road from this actually. I might do a comparison when I get to the top, but so far that's what's springing to mind as I slowly crawl my way up here. And like the Burma Road, it's always important not to get hung up on the impenetrable wall in front of you, and to turn around and just have a look at where you've been. I mean, that's what we do it for. Well, some of us do it for the craziness of climbing, but I do it for that. And it's important that I remind myself to stop and have a look every now and then. Fantastic. Pausing for another breather. I'm not afraid to say I just pushed up there. There was no way I was getting up that. One thing definitely noticeable about this bike, it's harder to push uphill. It's a lot heavier than the Architects, but we're getting there, slowly but surely. This is proving to be a beast. So here we are then at Broadlaw, highest point in the Borders, second highest point in southern Scotland, 840 metres high, and not many views to be seen. It also has the VOR beacon over there, the very high frequency omni range station. There we go, it's for aeroplanes, for navigating. So there we go, that's pretty cool, looks like a flying saucer. Okay, so the climb then, that was pretty monstrous. I'll put the elevation profile of that versus Burma Road up on the screen. Draw your own conclusions. I think this is probably the hardest climb I've done, certainly in southern Scotland. I can't really remember exactly how it compared to Burma Road. That was a little while ago now. Feels very comparable. Look at that awful weather coming in over there. I think I want to get down before I can't see where I'm going. So let's throw Frank in the air, see if he can fly, and start descending on the mountain bike. Let's go. Oh, that was fun. Oh, well worth the climb. Poor old Frank couldn't handle it. It was too windy. I'm not sure whether he's slightly damaged. He couldn't track me very well. But I just put you on the old chesty cam and we went down. And boy, did we go down. That was fast. That was enjoyable. Oh, good bike. Got the old thigh burn though. Obviously from standing on the pedals a bit more than I'm used to. So feeling that, need to do more squats. But that was enjoyable. Right, let's get the adrenaline down a bit and just mosey on along here. Whew! Recomposed myself after that descent. That was excellent, truly excellent. That track was good all the way up actually. So I almost think it's a good candidate for some kind of gravel hill climb KOM challenge. Obviously I'll be rubbish at it, but if anybody fancies a good hill climb challenge for a good couple of K, that's a good one to do. And then the bombing back down again is great fun. Oh, alright. Now we've got 1.5 K of forest track before we head up the next valley. Lovely. Another thing worth mentioning around here actually, there's a lot of gates and they've all got the kind of kissing gate type thing, but there's no way I'm getting my bike through here, so it requires lifting. So just be careful if you're doing this and you have a slightly heavy bike or you don't like lifting your bike that much. Not all of these gates open. That one does actually, incidentally. Didn't need to lift. Oh well. That looks like it's our next track, all the way up that hill now. Oh wow, lots of climbing on this route. Alright, the track's roughening up now, definitely bouncy. Can't help feeling like I'm wasting so much energy on this bike compared to the gravel bike. Everything on the gravel bike's so taut and direct, whereas this, it's like I'm riding a sponge through treacle. Such a bizarre feeling. It's comfy though, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't feel quite as efficient. Up there, that's Broadlaw Hill again, that's the transmitter next to the big old aerial for the airplanes. I was looking for a way down from there, but it didn't really look practical this way. There's a way to the south, but that wasn't really going to put me on the right route, so I didn't go there. Right, I think we've got the hill coming now. Oh yes, that was good. That's a good loop. I liked it at the top of Hunt Hill. That was nice views up there. Bit of a struggle to climb up. Glad I had this bike to float over the bog. Gravel bike would have struggled on that. And there were one or two steep sections of climb where the granny gear really paid off. But good fun. Good fun if you're on this bike or a gravel bike, I'd say. But I am pretty sick of climbing now. I think it's time to just mosey on back to the start, I think. Oh, good stuff. So we're back at the Broadlaw Summit Junction. I'm not going back up there again. Done for today, but I will make use of this gate that I now know opens. no more lifting required. Oops, that was a bit aggressive. There we go. Look at that, perfect. So it's about K and a half to go, I think, just over there. I'm just going to ride down the valley bit, but I think this is a good point to sort of reflect and wrap it up a bit. So, the beast. Do you like the tan walls, by the way? I wasn't sure about the tan walls, but actually I quite like them. They've grown on me since I've been riding it. So, super thanks to Keith and the guys at Trek Edinburgh for helping me through this. I had dreams of getting the Fuel EXE, the e-bike version, which would have been awesome. And then because I had to buy the computer and stuff, I wasn't really prepared to spend that money as well. So it was between the top Fuel and the Fuel EX. And I think this EX Gen 5, last generation one, is absolutely perfect. The new Gen ones I think are pretty similar, but they're way more expensive. So value for money wise, from my perspective, having a first bash on a mountain bike in like 10-12 years, love it. I love the dropper seat post. I'm not quite sure when I'm supposed to use it and when I'm not, so I've just been kind of having up and down, trying to get a feel for it. That's pretty awesome. The suspension is lovely, although I feel like I've worked maybe 1.5 times harder than I would have done on the gravel bike, just because of all the losses and the bouncing. You know, I realised you can actually lock it out and make it stiffer, so I might play around with that a bit more as well. But lovely bike, really chuffed with it. Granny gear, I like the granny gear, that's good as well. So there we go. The only thing I've got to figure out is sort of on-bike storage. So I've got all the stuff I normally carry in my backpack, and it's really heavy, and I've got a sore neck and shoulders from the weight of that. So any tips on how you mount bags to a dropper seat post or to the front handlebars without wrecking everything, let me know. And just any other mountain bike riding tips. There's probably a few that you saw where I was like, what are you doing? So yeah, let me know. I'm keen to improve. I might do a little series actually on learning how to ride a mountain bike, because I've got no idea. All right, enough about the bike, enough about me. The route itself, tough. I feel absolutely exhausted. I don't know whether that's the new bike or the route. It's hard to tell. Stats on the screen below for the route, by the way. That climb, is it harder than the Burma Road? It felt a lot harder than the Burma Road climb, going up to the top of the Broad Law. If you want a good challenge, have a go at that. Coming down is great fun, it's worth it. If you can make it to the top, the descent is awesome, because that gravel track is smooth, apart from a few areas where it's been washed out. Absolutely lovely. And then going round to the other bit of the glen there, that was nice. That was a nice little loop to have. Nothing particularly special about it, it was just nice to be there. So yeah, a good little loop. I would probably do it again. I'll take the Silver Jubilee ride, do that, go up the hill and then go around that glen. That's a pretty good kind of route for a day. Or you can come over from the Clyde Wind Farms, which I've still got to go and ride. So there's a few options around here. But yeah, even just that hill by itself, if you fancy a hill climb challenge on the gravel, go for it. Okay, time to relax, hopefully. Thanks everyone for watching. Please do like, comment, subscribe to all the things. All the links are in the description below. I've had a few people asking, you know, where's the route profile and stuff. It's in the description below. In the video there, you'll find the Komoot link and everything else. That all my other Komoot routes are there as well. Buy me a coffee, you can download them for £1. The way it works, I can't keep them like constantly updated, so they're a few months behind what I've actually ridden. That's available on Buy Me a Coffee, but I can't find a better way yet. Or just support me on there, buy a coffee or two, it really helps. Thanks to everyone who has recently bought me a coffee. You're all great legends. And I'm off now to go back home and I guess go and pick up the Architects and see how the old thing is. Thanks for watching everyone, see you next time.